Hi girls, good morning and welcome to my 2024 Healthy Holiday Bake with me. It always officially really feels like the holiday season when I decorate the home and I publish my Decorate With Me video and I film and publish this Healthy Holiday Bake with me. This has been a tradition on my channel for many years. I will have my previous year's videos linked for you in the description box down below. But this is truly one of those videos that I so look forward to throughout the year because I fully recognize as somebody who has been on this health journey for 15, nearly 16 years, that when I first was getting started, it was kind of these moments of going to holiday gatherings or going to gatherings with family and friends and realizing that most of the foods there didn't align with my dietary restrictions at the time or my health and wellness goals. Now, somebody who's gone through many different phases of my healing journey, there's definitely a time and a place where I can eat most, if not all things. However, there's also a beautiful time and a place for us to bring healthy and nutrient-dense desserts to these gatherings that nobody, I promise you, nobody will have any idea that they aren't an old school traditional family recipe that you've had for years. So I cannot wait to share with you today all of our beautiful holiday recipes that I know you and your family will love. Okay, I just realized I didn't give you girls the full rundown. I typically will give you a full rundown of everything that we are making. I split it up into 2 days. I've learned my lesson over the years on YouTube not to cram it all in one day. So we're gonna do a few today, probably 2 today and 3 tomorrow because I had to publish a video, a bonus video this morning. But what we have on the agenda for our video are snowball energy bites, which is what we're getting started with today. Then we have chai spiced thumbprint cookies with a fig jam. Chef's kiss, you guys. These are such an elevated take on your classic thumbprint cookies. Then we have a cranberry orange pecan muffin, a staple and a classic flavor profile. I tend to always do a cranberry orange something or another, whether it's a bread or a cookie. This year we're doing a muffin. And then we're going to do some peppermint mocha brownies, which are delicious. I think we're probably gonna do the snowball energy bites and then the peppermint mocha brownies today. And then tomorrow we'll come back and do the rest. Then we also have our protein coffee of the season. I did a fall protein coffee in my fall bake with me. And this one is going to be our eggnog protein coffee. But because it's almost 1 o'clock, we're gonna save that one for tomorrow. So we will get things started tomorrow with our eggnog protein coffee. And girls, chef's kiss, you're going to love that one. So let's get started with our snowball energy bites. These are super simple to pull together. Your kids are going to love them. So let's get going with this one because it is no bake, which is even better. So then I can quickly shift over to our brownies before the kids get home from school. Once everything is really well combined, you can either use wet hands and roll them into little balls, or you can just use like the cookie ice cream scooper and roll them into balls. And then we are going to dump this into a little bit of a bigger bowl and roll them into this to make the snowball effect. The sun has just granted us with this present, which I'm so happy about because I'm pretty sure starting tomorrow it's going to rain for 5 consecutive days. So we're working with what we've got, but these are that simple to put together, and I just have everything here on a baking sheet. All you have to do is pop them into the fridge for 20-30 minutes, and then you can go ahead and gather them and store them in a stasher bag. I do like to store my energy bites in the freezer after I put them in a stasher bag. That way I can like pop 1 or 2 of them out in the mornings and toss them into the kids' lunch boxes. And then by the time lunch comes around, they're like the perfect texture. So we're gonna pop these in the fridge and then get started on our peppermint mocha brownies. I've just preheated our oven to 350 because now we are making our peppermint mocha brownies that are absolutely delicious, and they have a little bit of a caffeine boost because we are using organic espresso powder. So I have 1 cup of brown rice flour. I have a 1/4 cup of coconut flour, 1/2 cup of coconut sugar, 1/2 cup of raw cacao. You also can use cocoa powder, but I am using raw cacao. Then we have 1 teaspoon of espresso powder and 1 teaspoon of peppermint extract. Then I do have 2 candy canes here that we're going to smash up and put on the top for a little bit of extra decoration. So I have our wet ingredients here. I have melted butter, 2 eggs, and a 1/4 cup of milk. I'm using coconut milk, but you can use any milk that you want. I'm gonna just mix all of this together and then slowly add it into our brownie mixture and then add in our peppermint extract. So there's about 2 minutes left on the baking. So I've just smashed up our candy canes and I'm going to sprinkle these on for the last like 2 to 3 minutes. I didn't want to bake them the whole time, but I do want them slightly melted on top of our brownies. So our brownies look perfect. One thing I will say is that if you want more of that heritage traditional brownie style, then I will put an alternative in the recipe notes because coconut flour is a really dense flour. Now, I like to use it because it's rich in protein and fiber when we're consuming the cacao with the chocolate chips and the coconut sugar and the candy canes sprinkled on top. For me, it doesn't have to have that traditional brownie texture because I know that the higher fiber content and the higher protein is better for blood sugar stability. So again, this is that healthier spin, but if you want more of that brownie-like texture, I will have that alternative route. I will have those alternative measurements in the recipe notes for you, but this is smelling absolutely delicious. So I'm going to let it cool and then we'll slice it open. Okay, while we wait for this to cool, these have fully solidified and oh my goodness, girls, they are so cute. The kids are about to be home, but I'm going to go ahead and toss them into the stasher bag just so that there's space in my fridge for when I'm done with the brownies. But this is how I like to store our energy bites. And then I will let all the air out of this bag. Like I just squeeze it against my chest and I let all the air out. And then I love to keep these in the freezer at all times. It's so helpful as an after school snack, as a lunchbox snack, you name it. Also for me, like in between meetings when I'm feeling like a little bit low energy and I just need a quick pick me up. Energy bites are one of my favorite things to have. Okay, my taste testers are home from school and I have sliced up the brownies. My friends, what do we think? Good. Good, okay, so they're on their seconds. So they are an absolute hit. I know that it's not like a classic super thick fudgy brownie recipe, but because it has that coconut flour, the brown rice flour, it is really filling. I mean, obviously there's candy canes on top, but these are an absolute win. I'm going to go ahead and pack these ones up and hang out with the kids and get dinner started. So I will see you girls in the morning. We will be back for day 2 of our 2024 Healthy Holiday Bake with me. Hi girls, good morning and welcome to day 2 of our Healthy Holiday Bake with me. So we are getting started this morning with none other than our protein eggnog coffee. So I have been sharing my protein coffee recipes with you girls over the last year, and in the fall we did a full version, a pumpkin spice version of the protein coffee. And now today we are going to be doing our holiday version of the protein coffee using some organic eggnog. So the best thing about the protein coffees that I create is that they are so nutrient dense that you have zero guilt consuming them. And the fact that you can get upwards to 35 grams of protein just by drinking your morning coffee has been the biggest unlock. And I shared this in a video that I did last week. I will have that linked for you in the description box down below. But when it comes to body composition and shifting around our protein intake, I talked about this a whole bunch in my What I Eat in a Day I published last Thursday. But when it comes to body composition and shifting my protein consumption to earlier in the day, it has helped me tremendously. Now, I am not a huge fan of protein powder. There are many reasons. One, first and foremost, I just don't love the taste of protein powder. I have tried so many of them. But in addition to that, it is hard to find. I will say it is getting easier, but historically it had been hard to find a high quality protein powder. Now, there are brands like Truvani, which their ingredients are incredible. Clean Simple Eats, which is the protein powder I use if I'm going to be making like a protein drink. Also, the bone broth protein powder here, Dara Lynn in our community had recommended this to me probably like 2, maybe 3 years ago, Darylyn. I'm thinking you must have recommended this to me. And this is a really incredibly clean brand. The Ballerina Farms protein powder is also really clean. So I am happy to say that over the years when I've talked about protein powder, now today in late 2024, we definitely have options. So we are going to be using the bone broth protein powder, but you can use any protein powder that you have, that you like the taste of, and any one that your body does really well with. We are going to put together our holiday eggnog protein coffee to get started because we have 2 additional recipes to make today. We're probably going to get started with our chai spiced thumbprint cookies with a fig preserve in the middle. This is so delicious and sophisticated, and it's one of those desserts that you'll bring to a party that people will be like, oh, it's a thumbprint cookie. And I love a classic thumbprint cookie, but this brings a little special twist that elevates your regular thumbprint cookies. So let's get started with our eggnog protein coffee. The one that I'm making today will have 35 grams of protein, and because the way that we're really achieving the protein is through using our grass-fed gelatin, this is not only amazing for getting in your protein, but it is incredible for our gut health, our digestive health. It's amazing for our hair, our skin, our nails. From a satiety perspective, because it is gelatin, it does expand when it's mixed with warm liquids. So then when it cools down, it does continue to expand in our digestive tract. So when you think about it from that perspective, that of course, we want to ensure that we're healing our gut lining, that we're getting in great fiber, which don't you worry, that will be included. We're getting in great protein, but nutrients like gelatin that expand, it really helps from a satiety perspective. So if you are somebody who maybe is on a journey to release a little bit of weight, even during the holiday season, these things are plausible and possible. I'm here to assure you of that. So if you're on that journey, then I would highly encourage you to try out my protein coffee recipes. And I mentioned this in my What I Eat in a Day video, but my body composition has completely changed since I have inverted my protein intake, really bulking it earlier in my day and then titrating throughout the day. I still have protein at dinner. It's just not my largest serving of protein. If anything, it's before 11 a.m. is when I get in the bulk of my protein. So we're gonna put together this delicious and festive eggnog protein latte. Girls, I feel like we can just stop the video right now. I'm kidding, but honestly, this protein coffee truly, I talk about it all the time. You hear me talk about it all the time. It's just such a game changer. Like, how convenient to drink your morning coffee and simultaneously get 35 grams of bioavailable protein into your body, right? Like, when we are some busy girls, like sometimes life, it's challenging. It's a full-time job oftentimes to get enough protein in, but things like this, and then drinking our bone broth, sipping on our bone broth all day long, as you would have saw in that What I Eat in a Day, again, a few days ago, I posted this on Thursday. It's just the easiest way. It helps me tremendously. It has changed my life. It has changed my body composition, and you don't need to compromise on, constantly drinking protein shakes and doing these things. We've managed to, inside our little community, come up with some really strategic, elevated ways to get in our protein. And that's exactly what we have done here with the eggnog latte. As I enjoy the eggnog latte and I get everything set up for the thumbprint cookies, I'm taking my morning supplements. And as you can see from the lighting currently, it is a dreary, dark, rainy day, and we are moving into that season. And so I often talk about how important it is to get outdoors, to look up into the sky indirectly at the sun first thing in the morning to help synthesize your vitamin D. Or if you've been doing my little hack where I use my red light therapy mask first thing in the morning to help boost my circadian rhythm. So vitamin D is actually a hormone precursor, and as we're moving into these darker months, it's really important to be cognizant of our hormone health and our energy. And there is one supplement that over the last 2+ years I have taken on a daily basis, and that is the Biooptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough. So I find that a lot of people get confused when I talk about taking a magnesium in the morning. So rightfully so, we often think about magnesium as a relaxation mineral. And while that is true, while there are forms of magnesium like magnesium glycinate that tend to be synonymous with relaxation, the Biooptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough includes all 7 elemental forms of magnesium in one convenient capsule. So I do take this magnesium prior to bed to get that beautiful, deep, restful sleep. However, I also take one magnesium in the morning alongside my vitamin D because magnesium is necessary for over 300 enzymatic properties. If we don't have adequate magnesium, we will not synthesize our vitamin D, whether it's from the sun or you're taking it in supplement form. We have to have adequate levels of magnesium, and it is estimated, and I think this is grossly underestimated, but it is estimated that 70% of Americans are magnesium deficient. I would value to say that number is much higher. So I take one of the Biooptimizer's Magnesium Breakthroughs in the morning at this time. I take another one right around 2:45 in the afternoon prior to getting the kids off the bus. It's just like a really nice way to bookend my work day. So it helps me kind of take a big deep breath and switch from work mode to mom mode. And then of course I take 2 of the Biooptimizer's Magnesium Breakthroughs right before bed to get the most beautiful, deep, restful sleep. So currently, because it is the month of November, when you are seeing this video, there are some incredible discounts and bonuses. So I will have my link for you in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment. So if you have ever wanted to try the Magnesium Breakthrough, now is absolutely the time. Again, this is one of those products that I have not missed a day in over 2 years. This has transformed my sleep. On my Oura Ring, I changed nothing other than including this magnesium, and I got a 30% lift in my deep, restful sleep. That alone is life-altering. Then I have also been able to ensure that I'm maintaining healthy magnesium levels, which helps with my energy during the day, my cognition, and synthesizing my vitamin D. So it helps me feel more awake and alert during the day and in a way that's really calm and balanced. So again, I will have that link for you in the description box down below, as well as that first pinned comment. And I would highly encourage you to give the Magnesium Breakthrough a try, especially right now with all of these beautiful and amazing bonuses and discounts. Okay, I've put a little sweater on because I am freezing, but now we're going to put together our thumbprint cookies. I have 1 cup of almond flour. However, you could absolutely use tiger nut flour or oat flour. And then I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of chai spice blend. So it's gonna be 1 teaspoon of ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, and cloves, and that will give us that chai flavor. Okay girls, now we've got our little thumbprint cookies ready. I'm going to be filling them with a fig preserve. So all that's in this one, and we're just gonna put a little scoop of the jam in each one of these. Okay, so our thumbprint cookies just came out of the oven. We're gonna move over there next, but I'm getting everything set up for our cranberry orange pecan muffins. I do have to say, I'm going to be adding chocolate chips to them. That's not how the recipe is typically, but because I know the kids will be home soon and they will want chocolate chips. I mean, also chocolate and orange. Anytime there's orange chocolate, and to be honest with you, cranberries, it's just like a perfect combination. But our thumbprint cookies are out of the oven. Girls, these smell absolutely delicious, but I want to hurry up and pop them on a cooling rack because with this type of flour, it is important to fully let them cool, and therefore you don't, one, overbake them, and two, they will stay soft if they just sit here on the tray. So we're gonna go ahead and move these over and then get started on our muffins. So I just tried one of the thumbprint cookies because I could feel myself kind of trailing off, and I want to hurry up and get these muffins in the oven and then I will have lunch. But I was like, just to give myself a little boost, and they are so delicious. If you like a chai tea or chai spiced anything, you will love these thumbprint cookies. But we are now going to get started with our cranberry orange pecan muffins plus chocolate chips for today's video. So I have 1 cup of oat flour and 1 cup of almond flour. I have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 of baking soda for our dry ingredients. We have 1/3 of a cup of coconut sugar. We have 1/3 of a cup of crushed pecans. Then I have 3/4 of a cup of fresh cranberries. I am going to slice these up. We have 2 eggs, and I'm gonna do the zest of 1 orange, and 1/3 of a cup, I'm pretty certain, 1/3 of a cup of fresh orange juice squeezed into our wet ingredients. So let's put together all of our dry ingredients, slice up our cranberries, and get these ones going. I think I have enough batter to make 1 tiny little loaf now. Girls, you have been warned. I will link this in the description box down below, but let me tell you, I've got all the different sizes. I have the tiny one, the big one, I have them all. You have been warned that these are so challenging to clean, and sometimes they don't come out that easily. So I am going to spray the heck out of maybe the Christmas tree. I'm trying to think of which one will be easiest to clean. They're so cute, don't get me wrong. And I typically will bake, and I will typically bake in these when I'm not filming. I have done it in years past, but honestly, it gives me tremendous anxiety that I will like go through, you know, filming, moving the camera. It's different than just baking, right? Because I'm filming it, and it gives me like really intense anxiety that I won't be able to get the recipe out, and then all of that time will have been wasted. But I find that like a banana bread, especially if you're using coconut oil, we did use butter, but you could use coconut oil in this recipe. Especially if you're using coconut oil and you let it fully cool, they will pop right out. But yeah, a banana bread does really well in these. It's still a pain in the butt to clean. I am not gonna sugarcoat it for you, but they are so cute. So I think I have enough to make one little loaf. Let's go with the Christmas tree. We're gonna go with the Christmas tree, and then we're gonna pop it in, but I'm really, really, really going to grease this pan. And you have been warned. It's linked, but you've been warned. So just putting that out there. Forewarning, it's so cute, I get it. They got me too. I owned the fall ones, all the Christmas ones. I had the Valentine's Day, but it's a treat to clean. Wow, wow, wowie, wowie. Girls, the texture. Oh, this is going to be a dense muffin just because we used those beautiful dense flowers and all of our gorgeous add-ins with the cranberries, the pecans, chocolate chips, YUM. But these smell delicious and divine. I'm gonna let them cool for a little bit, and then we will pop them out on the rack. Girls, I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. And like all of my other Bake With Me's, you can download the complimentary ebook because YouTube does limit me to the amount of characters I can have in the description box. I'm not able to fit all of the recipes down there. So all you have to do is follow the link, and then you'll be able to download your completely complimentary 2024 Holiday Bake With Me. This is also a really useful tool because you can have it saved on your phone or on your Google Drive. So when you're at the grocery store or you are menu planning, you can include, hopefully, a few of these recipes into your holiday season. And I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you like today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click, that way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.